talking about Christmas, COVID. Is Christmas going to happen? The government has reportedly looking into relaxing the lockdown rules in a bid to save Christmas, but only if the R rate comes down sufficiently. Now, Christmas Eve falls on a Thursday. There's now a planned bank holiday for Monday, the 28th of December. So the government are considering lifting the ban on gathering in homes to give us a 5-day kind of extended weekend or 5-day festive break. Is it right, Janet, that we should all be thinking about Christmas? Is Christmas going to happen in a pandemic?
Well, personally, I want something to cheer me up. I would want to spend Christmas with my friends who are going to have to travel from the other end of the country. Normally, at this time of year, I'd go and see my friends in Australia, and I miss them terribly. I get cross when stories like this are floated into the press by people in Downing Street saying we're considering this. And I feel as if all our social life and our mental well-being is in the hands of a group of people who, frankly, haven't got a master plan. As it is, all different parts of Great Britain are all operating under different regimes, and Nicola Sturgeon has just said that Scotland is going to be locked down even more in the central part, particularly around Glasgow. And now you're telling me today, well, the rule of 6 might be the rule of 12 and children might be, you know, allowed, counted as not part of the number if they're under 12, not 6. And I'm just confused. All I know is that me and a lot of people watching, we haven't really got a bubble. I mean, I live by myself, and I just want to get my life back. And I think my life's now in the hands of people who messed up test and trace, messed up ordering the PPE, all that equipment, giving it to their pals and so on, and they messed up lockdown, and they've certainly messed up seeing our relatives.
But that said, that was then the PPE, you know, we're now where we are.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my mum last night, as you know, is in a, assisted living, and she was very pragmatic about it. Again, that generation, she said, well, you know, a virus doesn't respect Christmas, it doesn't respect birthdays, it doesn't respect your holiday or the fact you wanted a party. And she said, you know, during the war, Christmas wasn't very nice either, and there were people who were away and people who died. And so she's kind of said, look, if this is what we have to do to mean that people like me can come out and emerge at the other end of this and be safe, we might just have to knuckle down and forget Christmas as we've known it and just be in the social bubbles that you're already in. Yeah, that's what some people are thinking. Others are saying, I'm fed up.
Older people decide for themselves. I think the time has come. They've been deprived of human touch. They've been treated worse than a lot of prisoners who at least get exercise and visits. And I just think the time has come to ask some people, what risks are you prepared to take? Decide for yourself.
I think, firstly, it must be really blooming difficult to be the government right now. I don't think they can win either way, whatever they come out with and say. A part of me feels like this proposal, maybe I've taken it wrong, but it's almost insulting to the current lockdown that we're in. A part of me feels as though so many people have lost their jobs through this month, one of the busiest months of the year for them usually. So many businesses have had to close down. Retail shops and their workers are completely out of work. To then say, oh, don't worry, we'll just relax it all for Christmas, it almost makes me feel like, so why have you done this to these people now?
Well, I suppose what they were saying was this lockdown, they were hoping to get the R rate down so that they could allow this.
But so when they allow it, does it not just go straight back up again and we're back in the situation?
Well, that's the danger, Brenda, isn't it? I suppose that's the worry for some people, is like, this sounds fantastic. Who doesn't want 5 days where they could be with their family, you know, 2 or 3 households allowed to mix together when we've been told previously we couldn't. But the concern, I suppose, is, but then what happens at the end of that? The R rate shoots back up and we're all in lockdown again.
And what about people who have missed their families' funerals, or people who have missed the birth of their children, all to be told, don't worry, we'll forget it all at Christmas?
We'll have 5 days off.
I think it's very easy to put this in place, and then after the 5 days has happened, what's going to happen? There's the blame game going to start if the R rate has gone up and the infections have gone up. If you can open it for 5 days over Christmas, does that mean that theatres are going to open for 5 days at Christmas? Because I think we all need some entertainment and some happiness. For me personally, I'm like, OK, let's just stick to what we're doing now, get that R rate down so that we can enjoy a happy happy New Year, because you're not gonna put happy before it if we're all in lockdown still.
Do you know, I saw one thing, Janet, it said,
Yeah.
ministers fear a mutiny of mums if they don't find a workable plan, as if it's just like
How
mums who are worried about Christmas.
aren't they?
How incredibly patronising. Only a cabinet which is dominated by
Men.
white, stale, old men would come up with the concept that Christmas is somehow all in the, a woman's place is organising Christmas. And the other thing they've said that really I find patronising is one minister is saying, well, what about we could always plan a summer get-together next year,
Instead
a
of
family summer get-together in the middle of next year to replace Christmas. Oh, thanks for planning my social life.
OK, well, it's one of those watch this space, isn't it? Because, plans are said to be under constant review, so it's not even, it's only
They're
being
being
talked
written on
about.
bits of paper and chucked out of the window every 10 minutes.